What up, Shay?
What up?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling blessed. How about yourself?
I'm feeling grateful.
I know that's right. Grateful, grateful, grateful. And then some. So what's happening in your world, mister? You
I'm
want
chilling.
a drink?
Chilling.
We'll pull our cups out. Shit. Beep, 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 beep.
Put a little bass in there. There we go.
Feel
Don't
better?
sound so hollow.
All right. Hollow, shallow here.
Oh, what are you giving me?
I don't know. Ain't something that's going to make you do anything.
Welcome back to another episode of Dear Love and Lust.
Absolutely.
I am your host, Jermaine Manavent Brown, alongside Brooklyn Shay, Shavina Richardson,
What up, what up, what up, what up?
and this is Dear Love and Lust, episode 42.
Can't even. I like that number. Brooklyn.
That's some concoction.
It is. It's a mix. What do you call them? The mixed drinks, but it's pineapple mango.
All right, whatever.
That's why it's sweet. Like whatever. I don't know about all that.
It's got that sugar.
Yeah, it do. Knock you off. So I think we're pretty good. Did you need to open the door? Or are you okay?
You want to open the door?
No, if you need an ear.
No, we good.
Okay, straight. All right.
I'm going to survive this hour and 90 minutes.
Let's get it. All right.
Take a shower after because I'm sweating, I guess.
Is it necessary? Are
We'll
you
see.
going to be acting in a manner that requires you to take a shower?
You got jokes.
I'm just asking.
You got
No,
jokes.
you got jokes because you've been trying to hit me since I
I'm
got in
saying,
the door. Since I
pimping.
entered the door.
Pimping.
I'm like, no.
Making real estate deals.
You know what? I cannot with you.
Giving away thousands of dollars in cash.
We did great. That was great. Had a good time. Jazz was there.
You
She
was
did
outside a
fine.
few times too. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I did come to support. Okay.
Yeah. Did you have
Pulled up.
fun?
I did. I had a real good time. So much so that I had to go. I was like, gotta go. Go home and get some rest. But I must say, I love the energy. Is she the owner?
Who?
She's not blonde. It's like a brownish auburn
Who,
color
Lindsay?
hair. Lindsay. That's
No,
what I
she's
was
a
saying.
GM.
She's a
She's not the
GM.
owner.
Well, Lindsay is amazing. Okay.
Shout out to Lindsay.
Lindsay is amazing. She
Down at Albany Stadium Restaurant and Bar.
Yes. Okay. Like.
I'll be there tonight.
Okay. But just to chill out. What we doing?
Yeah, TGIF party with
Okay.
Bully.
Oh,
I'll
Bully.
be there,
Yes.
take some pictures.
Yes.
Pre-Thanksgiving.
Shout out to y'all. Be
And
home
then
cooking.
on Friday, I'll be back there again with my own party.
Yes. So I'm here for that. It's one of my favorite.
All
colors.
black affair.
Yeah.
This episode might be up by Thanksgiving. I don't know. I might be able to get to it.
You might be.
Even though
able
I got
to.
to do some cooking.
All right. So we all gonna be out here making it happen, cooking. I get a chance to spend some time with my wonderful 3 young adults and my grandbaby. This is her first Thanksgiving, so I'm excited about the whole process of this holiday season. So
That's what's up. Your first Thanksgiving with your grandbaby.
I know. I'm so excited. It's like I'm looking at her and it's just amazing. You seeing the growth and it's so different.
And a mammy.
The love is so different. The mother is doing fine. She is hanging in there, you know. And
She getting on your nerves. I could see it in your eye.
No, she's not. She's not. It's what it is.
How the
is
pappy?
that I take it that he's okay. I don't
Nah,
try
we
to
gonna
stay
leave
out
that
of their
alone.
business. Yeah. But what it is though, man, real talk, is that at some point we do have to release them. And it's like
Yeah, let them bump their head.
yeah.
Let they bump their head a few times.
Yeah. So And I'm at that point where I know it's that time.
All right,
know
get
what
out my house. Bye.
It's that time. She was
Grandbaby can stay, but you gotta go.
Yeah, she was, she's doing her thing. I must say, I'm very proud of her. Like if you raise them right, you won't have to raise your grandchildren. And she's doing every single thing that's necessary. She's in school, she's working, she's taking care, she's saving now so that she can transition if she's moving out.
That's what's up.
And I'm just very proud of her. Like
she got a plan.
She definitely does. So she's finishing up medical school with nursing, and then going into paralegal. So she already got accepted to that program. So I'm very proud of her.
Oh, she giving herself options.
Yeah,
nursing and paralegal.
Yeah, she's doing very, very well, and she takes great care of my granddaughter. So grandma still gets to go and do her. Because I am not watching kids at this particular part or child. Okay, only if necessary. But anyway, let's get into it, May. What up?
What up?
May,
what up?
Dear Love and Lust, I tell you, boy, oh boy, May been trying to give me a status that I don't even know that I have. So let me.
I'm saying you always been big pimping. Brooklyn Shay in the building.
Shut the hell up. I'm like, huh? Tell me more.
We gotta ask the Vibration Cast and see what they say.
I would love to hear what they have to say. They'll be like, nah,
big pimping.
Wrong person. Trust and believe it.
I'm joking. All right, Dear Love and Lust shares perspectives from both male, and a woman, female, in response to submitted anonymous questions regarding love, sex, and relationship. And we'll discuss a couple topics as well.
Right.
This episode is entitled Cream.
So define this, because growing up I know what cream is. It meant something totally different. So which way you going with this cream aspect? Okay,
Wu-Tang way.
More. Okay, get that moolah.
Cash rules everything around me.
Okay, moolah. Wonderful. So
it's been a lot of money talk when it comes to relationship these days.
Yes, it has.
City girls and city boys been going at it.
Very interesting, to say the least. I think so. But who got the first one out the gate?
I'm going to ask this question.
All right.
So, what's your dollar amount? How much money would make you do something strange for a little bit of change? Miss Dollar Bill. And what would that be? What would that strange thing be?
I don't have a dollar amount. And that's real talk. Like, there's nothing that could make me do something for some change on that type of level, other than the change of working and how we do that right now. But ultimately, we trying to build a legacy over here. So I don't need
so
nobody.
If somebody could present to you 6, 7, 8 figures worth of something for you to do something strange for them.
Nah, he's selling my soul. To me, that's like selling your soul. And I'm not doing it, because if you do it for that amount, then they could come back around and try to, offer you something else for another amount, for you to do this, for you to do that. It's always levels to it. It's like a drug. So it's like if you can be bought, then you will be. And I can't be bought. So that's not happening.
So you're not settling for $30 million?
No. No. I'm not settling it for that or any other factor. Like, if that was the case, I would have stayed with my ex-husband, because it wasn't as if my ex-husband wasn't well off or couldn't provide and all that type of stuff like that. He was, and I left, and gratefully so. And that was the whole thing. It's like somebody dangling a carrot over your head, like, you could be bought, like, and I could continue to take care of you and do those type of things. That's not happening. So
I don't know.
Yeah.
100 mil.
100 mil?
100 mil sound pretty good to me.
That's all right. I'd rather
for a particular, if any, sugar mamas.
No. Yeah, well, that's your choice. That's your prerogative. But would you? Like, real talk?
100 mil?
100 mil.
100 mil, tax-free, straight to me.
Straight to you. You would do some strange things for that.
Depends on who offering and what they asking.
I mean, in essence, you're saying, like, if you like the person. If you like the person, if the person was,
it can't be something unnatural. I say exit only back there. I ain't doing none of that.
Right.
I ain't into none of that pegging. I ain't into none of that.
I'm into gifting. You hear this? Gifting. Like, you want to gift me something, give me a home, give me a condo, give me what I deserve. Yes, but anything that you're saying this for that, no. Absolutely not. And this is the whole thing, is that people clearly give themselves or give things away freely without receiving anything. Like, I must say I am at the age and stage where we're all bartering at some point, because you're going out on dates, you're going and you're doing this and you're going and doing that, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I am, I would say Miss Dollar Bill, I'm good over here on that one. Like, I don't feel like, who said something? I think it was back in the day, Little Kim, because she was just like, listen, if you already out there doing it and giving it away, then you better get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Which rightfully so, I do agree. Like, some people don't know their power. Like, Tammy tell me all the time. She said, if I had an ass like yours, I'll walk backwards in everywhere I go. She said, nobody will ever see my face. She said, I'll be entering backwards. Shout out to Lady T.
Comedian and I was Lady like, T. Hilarious.
I said, you're stupid. She was like, she said, nobody will ever see my face. I will always enter backwards.
Her Instagram would be popping.
I said, you stupid. She was like, no. She's like, yeah, you don't know what you got. I said, maybe that is the good part of it, because it's humbling. I only know what I got when people be like, damn.
And then you hit her with the line, do you know how hard it is to try on clothes? To find something that fit.
It don't work that
on way. These hips.
These hips, these thighs that spread. It ain't like they stay stagnant. They like, so yeah, it is a problem.
I mean,
hey, it's a problem that most people probably want to have.
Exactly.
It's all right. It's all right. It's so
good. No indecent proposals for Brooklyn Shay.
No, unless you're gifting. A gift? There we go. You got 100,000, you got 300,000, you got whatever, and you would like to gift it to me, then sure, let's talk.
And you're not doing nothing.
Matt, no.
Okay.
You want me to lick the side of your face, maybe?
Okay. I mean, that's something.
That's something. Like, just leave it right there. Okay? But nah, absolutely not. That was a joke.
So no woman can come to you and say $100 million for one night with you.
Saint Santana, hello.
Oh, see? Yeah, I knew we get somewhere.
I told you. She
give you $100 million.
She ain't got to give me shit but attention. That's the person I said I will cross over for.
Interesting.
I have never been with a woman, but if I'm gonna be with one, she would look just like her, and just her personality, just everything. She's just like, she's my little girl crush.
You fell in love with her during Love and Hip Hop?
Potentially. I think it was before that. I have to think about something else that she was on. But yeah, I didn't like how Joe Budden was treating her, so that was enough for me. But yeah, that would be the only person that I would be like, yeah, hey girl, how you doing?
TV's a hell of a drug.
It can be, but I don't watch TV like that. But I definitely was following her for a period of time. I said Maine was dropping them in. Look at your girl. Absolutely. Thank you, Maine, for the eye candy.
Yeah, I'll shade a few of her posts for you.
Appreciate you. All right. Anything else on that one? Are you good? Solid?
I'm just trying to think what would I actually do for it. Would have to be at least $100 million.
What they say? What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Not much, because I don't like no damn Klondike bars. Them things is nasty.
Oh my gosh. No, they are not.
They're nasty. They're like fake chocolate and what's the inside? No. Fake cream inside.
And they have have their moments or whatever, but I know how to make them from scratch, like real.
See, that's
with
different.
ice cream with like the hardened, like melt down some chocolate and stuff, and put them like how they be making like the strawberries and stuff. I have made like the bombs, you know, like the circle
Entrepreneur
oh
extraordinaire.
my gosh, it's so good. It is so freaking good. And fresh ice cream, when you do it yourself, is better anyway than
Fresh
whatever.
ice cream.
Well, you know, from scratch, making it like with all the vanilla and all the creams and stuff. Yeah.
You make ice cream with almond milk.
Yeah.
You know how to?
Yeah. I'll make you some. I definitely will. You're deserving. Not everybody's deserving of shit.
Oh, I
or
appreciate
stuff.
that.
Sorry. I'm trying to be better about my cursing, okay?
Man, you Brooklyn Shay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Get a pass. Like, it's either going to be MF or the S. One of them coming out. I'll be like, I'm trying to
Only New York women I don't know go to church.
Listen,
and they ministers, but even them ministers
they be going in. They be going in. They go in.
Be sounding like Kirk Franklin talking to his son.
Listen.
You mother.
Right. That part. Be like, you forget people human.
You got the wrong one today.
They be trying to go in. All right.
All right. Let's go to the next one.
Let's go to the next one.
When you see this, make sure you comment, email, leave it, whatever. What would you do, and what's your dollar amount?
If you
to
have
do something strange for a little bit of change.
Okay.
I want to hear from our folks that actually pay attention and follow us. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out, absolutely.
So, all right, what we got next?
Let's get it. All right, what's acceptable for a first date? Oh, back to my favorite topic.
Oh, Lord.
How much money should a man spend? Where should he take his first date? Mr. First Date. Shout out to Mr. First Date asking this question that we doubling back around again. Spinning a block on.
I mean,
okay.
He probably nervous because them cheesecake factories and
they crazy as all crazy.
Them other chain restaurants seem to be unacceptable these days, according to the internets.
According to the internet trolls and the rest of them peoples and things that clearly don't have a job, and want somebody to feed them. So I'm not I wasn't with the shits with that. When they had a whole list of all these places and stuff that people should say, it was insane. I'm like, I'm okay, first off. Now, again, credited to where I grew up at and just my vibe and who I am as a person. None of that don't impress me. What impressed me is the content of somebody's character, not how much money they're going to spend and where they're going to take you, on a first date. Like, all right, we could go for a walk, a stroll, go get ice cream or have pizza, whatever like that. Like, I like stuff like that, like go bowling. But it's like, what's acceptable? A first date is acceptable for you showing up. You know what I'm saying? That's acceptable. The money does not matter because trust and believe it. The people who normally have the money that Kevin, what was his name? God rest his soul. The Kevin guy. What's his name?
Kevin Samuel.
Kevin Samuel. Yeah. Like what he was just saying, like, you date your high value men and women, and that you basically date your pay rate or whatever. And I don't agree with none of that. I feel like it's the person. Like, you should spend accordingly.
He got a bum rap because I definitely listened. I saw
he had some good stuff,
like his full clips. He didn't. He just everybody thought he was only coming at women. He came out men too.
Yeah, and it's real. Like, you can't expect quality. Like, somebody was telling me the other day. Like, listen, for me, who's single, and it was like, well, you're not. Are you actively dating? And I said, at this particular point, no, I'm not. I made a choice that I really don't want to deal with people on that type of level just because of the caliber of what I was getting. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not settling. And I may, if I engage with somebody in something or whatever like that, that's to meet a need at that particular point in time. But other than, you want to go out because you want to be entertained. So if you want to go out, you want to have a good time, cool, hit me up or whatever. But I'm not expecting you to go above and beyond unless that person invokes that in you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it really is situational. Like, if a person is not doing something for you that they know greatly that you deserve and you require, then that person is more than likely wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? So where should you take somebody? You should take somebody based off of how they make you feel and the content of that person's character.
Right.
Because other than that, it's wasteful, right? You're going to spend your last on a woman who you know she's just about the bag. That's it. You're going to spend that? And most people do, which is interesting. And someone such as like myself, and this is the conversations we be having within the context of HTM. Shout out to the HTM crew and fam. Is that because we are so accommodating, because we are so understanding, people don't feel that they have to put in any type of effort or work in order to appease us, right?
Right.
So one could be like, should you be like the chicks that have all these expectations? You know what I'm saying? Like the requirements, like that list. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah, I'm not selling myself short or dumbing myself down just for somebody to show up. If the person is not showing up, then that means that I don't show out.
Exactly. I think people be skipping the actual first part of what an actual first date is.
Come on now.
All right, where was I?
You were speaking in reference to
Mr.
First
people
Date.
People got it twisted. There should be an effort to get to know somebody before you even step out. Mm-hmm. And if you are actually what they call in the talking stage,
right,
you don't skip that part. Talking stage to me is phone calls,
right,
text messages in this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
Just communicating with each other, figuring out what we like, what we don't like.
Right.
And then from there, you can figure out, oh, okay, I know what to do for a first date.
There you go. And that's the whole thing. That's like intentional, right?
Some people, I guess, are not dating for relationship means. They're dating for the night, some free food, hook up.
That's it.
So that's where we get all this confusion. Mm-hmm. Some women, not all, are like, well, if you trying to get some tail, I better have some lobster tail first.
That's some.
That's the energy, though.
That's some of them.
That's the energy.
And it's very interesting how that energy exchange consistently flows, and you see it across the board. I don't think it's just like, I think it's just people. Like if you know, and if somebody know that it don't take much to court you or to do anything, because let's not forget the courtship. Dating is one part, but something that is intentional, you're courting the person. So you're going to be very intentional about what that person likes and what they don't like. So somebody that's just out here just like doing the most, like, what are you doing? You start something and then you can't be consistent with it.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong if you want to be Captain Sling-a-Lang and the person that you're pursuing is okay with that.
Right.
That's fine.
I don't want no community dick. I'm okay. I'm like, that's it. Nobody. No.
But if you're trying to engage in a serious relationship that leads to something, like, slow down, take your time.
Right.
Pump the brakes, because there's a whole bunch of things that you can do beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Before you even get to the date. And then your date is about more so getting to know than where you're going or what you're doing. Yeah. Like, I think what happens, I've noticed if I've taken somebody out and they're not truly interested in me, or they're unsure, they're just trying to see or figure it out, like there's nothing off their initial interacts with me that says, yeah, I want to rock with this dude.
Right.
They want to be impressed. They want something that's going to send them over the top or hit the radar and be like, yeah, okay, I can rock with it. I
see you.
They have to be convinced.
Yeah, no.
Where somebody that's actually genuinely interested and attracted to you, they don't care about that stuff. They just want to be in your space.
That's what I'm saying. They just want to be with you.
They want to be around you.
Yeah, that's it. I'm like, there's nothing like having a conversation with somebody and having nothing. There's no agenda, there's anything. You just could sit there and just listen to the person talk, be in there in space or whatever like that. Those are the things that make a date happen, okay? Where it's like you want to really just have that intimacy with somebody, and not physical, but an intimate moment with somebody that is captivating your mind. Like once you get me on that level, I fucks with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good look. Real talk. It's good stuff. And some people be trying too hard, and then when they be trying, you just be like,
yeah, it's weird.
It
been
it is.
and it is interesting. And so recently I've been on some phone calls that lasted a few hours. 3 was one, 5 was another.
Okay.
And I'm trying, like, the attitude from them is like, Dad, I ain't never been on the phone for 3, 4, 5. I'm like, I don't want to say I have,
Right.
but I have.
Yeah.
I am an engaging person. I try to find out most. I play off whatever you say to me. I rock with your vibe. So if we vibing, we can have a conversation.
Keep the vibe.
You know what I mean? I almost regretted those conversations because, I still had to go to work in the morning.
Right. Those times, yes.
But
it's worth it. You know what I'm
but
saying?
it's fun when you're interacting with people that genuinely want to learn or hear you converse with them.
Correct.
And I think that's a lot lost art. I'll have no problem having long conversations, even if my only intention is carnal.
Makes sense. It makes sense, definitely.
Because even with those, one-track intentions, there's consequences that come with that.
Yeah.
And if you're not prepared, you'll be up in the court systems
You sure will.
on a regular basis trying to figure out, what's going on.
Be like,
I told her I wasn't trying to.
Yeah.
Well,
be like, now you got a psychotic person on.
That's another topic for another day.
Yes, it is. Episode 43.
If you are, if the person, male or female, because some females be having kids that they don't want to have just because the dude was like, nah, we're not getting an abortion. I don't believe in it. Or, they didn't get that Plan B pill in time.
Right.
And now they stuck. But the idea or the thought that, it makes sense for both people to actually agree to have than for just one person to decide. Like if a person is telling you they don't want it,
right?
Should you be mad when they're not involved?
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't, because they're giving it to you straight. Like that's just like with the talking, the dating, the courtship, the whole 9 yards. If somebody is, I respect the person that already is honest and giving me the choice in the matter. Like this is how you end up having more in-depth conversations with people and learning more, is when someone is completely transparent and honest about who they are, what their situation is, what they got going on, this, that, and the third. Because now you have given me the autonomy to now decide whether or not if I really want to fuck with you. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Now, what people have an issue with is when the lying and the deceit happen. Then it's just like, how do we get to this first date and what you deserve and how you going to spend this and you're going to do this, that, and the third. There was a show on Prime. I don't know if it's on the Black Network, which is, it's the premises behind it is just a group of people who live in a city. They're young adults, thriving entrepreneurs.
So it's a fake reality show.
Yeah, that they turned into
it's a scripted
series.
reality show.
And in the episode, there is each of them have their own different vice, right? But ultimately, they all looking for love and they looking for support. They looking for people to really show up for them and stuff. And in aspects, when we talk about like when that list came out and people was talking about the dating and how superficial it was. It was very superficial because it's just like, all right,
I mean, that's
it's
what
like,
it's all based on anyway.
yeah, it's just like, so this is what you trying to do out here in these
What can
streets?
you do for me?
Yeah, it's like, listen, I'm a foodie. I'll just take me to a good food place and I'm good. If you want to cook, okay, that's fine.
Mhm.
But you ain't getting nobody attention just off of the strength of saying what you got in your pockets. I don't give a damn about that. And you can't impress somebody who
And not
already
getting
got
your attention, because these days,
listen, it's ridiculous. It is really, really ridiculous.
it's different.
It is. And it's like, I would have never thought that dating could be so hard. Like someone most recently has been trying to get back.
In your drawers.
I'm not gonna just say that that's what it's all about.
I'm
but
joking.
No, I'm not.
I know. You need to make sure
I'm
just in
like,
case.
They could be, but I really feel like it's deeper than that because the person recognized what they lost. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't know if they was inspired by the whole Shay's topic.
They definitely.
Right? Shay's topic is what I'm gonna talk about. So, it would be different if it would be different, right? If I saw a full
evolution.
Yes.
Growth.
Yeah.
Adjustments. Something different.
Because it's still just words. So it's just like, action over words is where I'm at with it. So I really just listen. And I listen and I'm attentive to whatever they're saying. But I'm like, yeah, no. At this particular point, I've set up appropriate boundaries, and the person respects that. So shout out to the respectable person that respects my boundaries, because it's just like, yeah, I try not to. Back in the day, I used to spin the block a couple of times. I'm not spinning the block.
Out of boredom.
I don't even think it was out of boredom. I really liked the person. So it's like those people that I did spin the block with, it was just like, okay, well, maybe we was immature in that time and, let's try it. But I'm still friends with them. So it's just like, it wasn't all in vain. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it could have been like, nah, we spin the block and now I really don't like you. But it was like, it was cool. It was like a mutual thing. Like, yeah, it's just not who we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't bring out the best in me. And that's okay. Yeah.
Toxic love story.
Yeah, it sounds like it was toxic, but it definitely wasn't. Growth is growth, right? Like you feel like if you
we're moving in different lanes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because again, going back to the whole how much I work, I can't give people
home.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm like,
why you not coming over? I'm at work.
Right. Can you afford to
Are you gonna pay for my day off?
Right. If you can't afford,
here go that money again.
Yeah, right. But
cream.
It's real though, because it's like in that aspect, you're trying to make it appear that you can take care of me and you cannot. You know what I'm saying? And
man, listen,
that's a whole nother story.
I'm not creating any expectations I cannot keep.
Yeah,
at all. I'm just regular. I can do some extraordinary things in moments.
You did say with your tongue. I heard at that one time you said that.
Yo, you slid that in there.
We
like,
are Dear Love and Lust. This is not your average station.
I speak very well. I communicate very well.
That's what you said.
My tongue works, yes.
That's what I heard.
Y'all
ladies who out here, y'all barking up that tree with Maine, y'all better ask somebody. All right, Maine. Not that he's gonna be out there, letting his life hang out for y'all.
I am not.
He is not that type of person. Okay, we get into that when I get into Shay's topic because I wanted to talk about your post. But
which post?
The one that
I made a lot of posts.
You have, but the most recent one, I commented, I think, on all of them, but the most recent one I commented on about what would someone say about you. If somebody asked about you, what would you say?
Oh,
that one.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I want to get into that because it does tie into Shay's topics in some way, shape, or form. Okay. Anyway,
so an acceptable first date talk to your person and
There
figure
you
it
go.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try if you're not already impressing that person. It don't matter where you take them. You're just not gonna impress that person. That's it.
At all.
All right. So
Let's get into it. Come on.
cream is the subject. Cash rules everything around me. Right. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. But here's a question and an interesting thing to ask that I've been seeing also. And they ask, there's a new trend happening in terms of getting engaged. Men are proposing with homes, savings bonds, and other interest-bearing things instead of diamond rings. Do you think this is a good idea or not? Miss, I still want a ring. She sound like she nervous. She about to get proposed to, but
Somebody
it
trying to
might be a
offer, huh?
savings bond.
Listen to me. So, isn't it? We talked about this a long time ago, probably like in episode 3 or 4. Now, when we were saying about how back in the days, people they had to have a dowry, right? They had to,
Dowry, yep.
yeah, they had to prove and showcase that they could provide and take care of that particular person. Okay, so I don't think this is too far fetched from what is happening and what
I
they
think
where
it's
they
smart.
are. It very much so is. So it's like if you trying to showcase and say, I want you to be mine and you're going to get us a home and you're going to get us some land and you're going to get us that. I'd rather that than a ring because that's an investment. That is clearly interest building. It is building something together collectively.
Listen,
And who's to say that the
I
person
know
won't
people
get
that have
you a
lost
ring later?
rings.
Right. But who's to say that they won't get you a ring later on? And you could, hell, yeah, at that point, you could get your own ring if you want to. It's like, why wait on somebody to get anything? Like I was saying that the other day, I was like, I love diamonds. And I'm like, hey, you know, somebody had got me a diamond necklace or whatever. It was a butterfly and I love it. Shout out to you. And I was very impressed because I was like, well, damn, all I did was mention it. Like, hey, I like that.
Oh, he
And
active.
very much so active. And he went to Glen Peters, got me the diamond necklace that I said I liked. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay.
Did
Well,
you give him some?
no. No, eventually I did.
Oh,
Eventually I did. This wasn't recent, but eventually I did. And I gave it because I wanted to, not because he got me a diamond necklace.
Don't get sensitive. Don't be a nipple today.
No. This is not no. I'm serious. I'm being very serious. Like I gave it to the person because I wanted to, and I was interested in the person. Now, what retracted me not continuing that was I didn't feel the person was being honest fully. You know what I'm saying? And that's always going to stop me from interacting with someone when they are not honest about who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Separated, not divorced.
Yeah, the little funky shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was
Still
like,
living with the baby mama, but not together.
but not
stuff.
together stuff. Still sleeping with the person and all this other type of stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, so you just greedy. Like, and I don't do greedy people. Like, what is it that you really desire? You know what I'm saying? What is it that you really seeking? You got to be intentional. Like, I'm not out here with anybody just because I want to be out here with them. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back to this whole part. I still want a ring. I want a ring, and I'm going to get my own ring because I'm not waiting for nobody to get me a ring. And I'm not talking about just a diamond ring just to have it, but because it's an investment. And ultimately, it's gonna be an interest, and it could go to my grandchild. So, that's you know, so I'm thinking on that type of level, and it's like I don't need to wait for somebody to do that for me.
But imagine the $10,000 that man would have spent on a ring,
right?
In a savings bond or some kind of investment type account, and shoot, within 5 years,
right? Propose with a house for me. I'm like, hey, I'm here for that, okay? I need my garages done. Yep, thank you. Hello, somebody.
No.
That's it. It's like it's stuff like that. So
with your name on the deed too, that's crazy.
That part.
I know a few relationships where there was a house involved, but only one person's name was on the deed.
Yeah, that ain't.
And when that relationship ended,
yeah. That was my ex-husband. Like literally, he was into everything. Like he could do cars, whatever, maintenance, carpentry, everything, build homes. He was amazing and probably still is. But he did the house, got the house, gutted the house. That's when we had lived in Cohoes at one point, and it was a beautiful home. It was our first home
You
together.
lived in the land of the hoes.
And listen, yes, hoes, right? On the Van Skyke Island to be. So that was actually the best part to be on. But in short, I didn't learn until we was getting a divorce that he had only his name on the deed. Like, my thought process was I was immature, not vested
You were
in
trusting.
that. Very much so trusting, but also naive to the fact because I didn't have that type of education. Like, when they raised us in the city and growing up, my mom, that wasn't something that she taught me.
Yeah,
you know what
not
I'm saying?
A lot of homes in New York City.
Yeah, so it wasn't something that I knew anything about
unless
until
you're paying $1 million plus for an apartment.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So when I learned it, that was a teachable moment. So that's how I started learning. Like, oh, okay, you gotta make sure you got this, you got that. So it was very interesting, but it still fell on me because, but it was a blessing because it was in his name. I was still able to do the first time home buyers program because it was in his name and not mine. So it worked out in the end. But initially it was like, damn, how dare you not? But of course, maybe that was his negligence or it was his lack of knowledge to know that he needed to put both of us on there. I don't know.
It's funny that you brought up you didn't know any better because I think that's probably what the issue is and why some people that may still want to ring will question these other acts of kindness and love and engagement.
Right.
Yeah,
many people could do both. If you could do both,
diamond rings didn't come around until like the mid 1800s. Actually, late 1800s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it was like 1890 was the first diamond ring
potentially
advertiser, and they made that seem like that was the thing to go.
Yeah, so it is what it is, and I mean I'm here for it. Trust me. I've been married and I'm happily divorced, but when it wasn't even about the ring. Like, it was a beautiful thing. And like, I see like when people get proposed to and everybody like, oh my God. Like, I love the ones where they don't open the box and the person says yes before they open the box. You feel me? So it's like, because you're really accepting this engagement because you love that person, not because of the size of the rock. Because I don't care who you engage to or whatever. I've met and I've seen engaged men and women, and they still out here in these streets, okay? And it's like, oh, well, I mean, everything ain't always what it appears.
There's a difference between marriage for business reasons, and it makes sense,
right,
and marriage for love. A lot of people marry for love and forget that there's other aspects of the relationship that you got to deal with or tend to. And then they get blindsided.
Yeah, they do. And I've come to terms with just where things are right now for myself. I don't know about you because we're both single. So it's like, I'm okay with the process, and just trusting the process, because I got so much other things going on in my life that being in a relationship with somebody is not the numero uno on my list. Will it be beautiful when it happens? Yes, it will, because I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also mindful of when this happens, when the proposal happens, when this, I'm moved to be with somebody in a committed, full, exclusive relationship. It's gonna be divine timing, and that's what I truly believe in. So, Miss, I still want a ring. You can have your ring, girl. I say go get your own thing. Set the tone for what you want, but also know that those interest-bearing assets are just that. They are an asset that can benefit you and your family later on in life. So, hope you.
I mean, especially if it's in your name,
right? Yeah.
What's the issue?
Nada, because y'all gonna be together.
Learn
anyway.
About it.
Yes.
It's about security. It's about
secure the bag.
I mean, like I said, diamond rings came around in 1890s. How were people getting married before?
Thank you. They was getting land.
They was getting land.
Building homes.
They was getting arrangements. They were talking with the parents of each family and coming to an agreement Or, you know, in some cases, yeah, somebody had a shotgun to their head because you're gonna make my daughter an honest woman,
Yeah, that part.
even though she wasn't real honest.
Uh-huh.
You know, beforehand. So
Yeah. It's like, yep, she
it is
yours
what it
now.
is.
She's yours now.
Do not negate a great opportunity because your perspective is different than the other person.
Right. Or you've been sold a dream about that ring. Dee-dee. Yeah.
Yo, the the new cubic zirconias, how they making the non-diamond rings
Yeah.
diamond? Like I learned, so some of these rapper chains you see, those are synthetic diamonds. They ain't real.
Right. But they look like they are, don't they?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's some people getting fooled,
Yeah, but it's still expensive as all hells. I mean, them cubes those are not cheap.
and they ain't worth nothing.
They ain't cheap.
They ain't cheap to customize, but they ain't
Yeah.
worth nothing
Yeah.
compared to an actual diamond.
I know.
And you try to go shade at it. Yeah, this is glass.
Right.
What you gonna do with that? So I'd rather have something that actually has some paper behind it.
Value we're talking about. That's it.
But who knows?
Okay. Well,
Give me some
Shay,
topics, Shay.
my topic's gonna go into what's been all over, not the Diddy, not surviving Diddy, but has to do with spinning the block and circling back through with Ashanti and Nels. Okay.
Shout out to them.
So
That was destined to happen.
listen,
That's been brewing
listen.
since the verses with Ja Rule and Fat Joe.
There you go. There you go. That mofo couldn't stop coming over there to that side of the stage. I said, anybody else peeping this? I said, yo, Nelly is on her hard body.
I mean,
She's an amazing artist. Let's start
interesting
there.
Black History fact.
Go
So
for it.
when they came up, Ja Rule and Ashanti to perform
Yep,
at the
Palace.
Saratoga Wine Festival,
Oh, the
I
wine
find out she's actually related to somebody that's close to me and just actually celebrated a birthday this past week, and I couldn't make it because I ended up getting booked.
Okay.
Shout out to Kelly. Married to my boy Gene.
Okay.
Gene's mother used to babysit me.
Okay.
And Kelly and Ashanti are first cousins. So when they came up there, you know, I'm back in a little, you know, they had, I could tell this was their first concert event, whoever put it together, because that little hospitality VIP artist tent was not it.
Okay. Okay.
And it was not it, but, you know, I'm not going to clown nobody. Anyway, so we're back there, and, you know, Shanti's mom's come through, and I see, you know, she talking to Kelly. I get a hug. I was like, oh, hey, Miss Tina. Great to see you. And she remembers me from literally almost every time that they have come to the Palace or somewhere up here. In some shape or capacity, I'm either walking into the dressing room or handling some quick errand for them. So at least the mother is more familiar. Ashanti, you know, she got the shades on, halo.
Yeah.
You know. Nelly, yeah. Good job, bro.
He spun the block, right? They spun the block.
Good job, bro.
And such a great way of getting back together and stuff like that. So my topic, my question would be, who would you spin the block on? Is there anybody that you would spin the block on with?
So ironically, most of my exes have spun the block.
Okay.
Except for the one I will never allow that to be the case. Ever. My breakups have never been horrible outside of that one.
Okay.
Mostly like early on, it's just me trying to do too much. Not understanding that we're still young. Or vice versa. Yeah, I'm realizing like, yeah, I'm not trying to be obligating my time to anybody right this, but like, you know, it's funny how you go from one extreme to the other and then eventually you find balance. But I don't know.
Yeah, I would say I'm protecting my energy at all costs. Like, not everybody deserves access to you. You know what I'm saying?
Very
So
true.
it's just like, if you lost that access, then there was a surefire good reason why you lost it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I cannot say, like Nelly and Ashanti, that's a different thing. Again, they famous, they in the industry. It is what it is. We all wanted
They
them
still
back
real
together.
people
Yeah, it's like we
with
all
real feelings and
definitely.
emotions.
And if you have those real feelings and real emotions, and you know that life waits for nobody, then you would move accordingly. That's what I would say. So if like somebody invoked that side of me, that I was like, yeah, I think I might spin the block on that one. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
saying
I got, yeah,
change behavior yields
yes, come on now.
different results than what you had beforehand. So
There
I
you
think,
go.
I don't, we only know what we read on the articles, and even that we don't know. We're just
Right.
speculative hearsay and alleged stories. But he came better. You can see I ain't never seen Nelly smile that wide and that big.
Listen.
Outside of the first album.
Like, this is a different type of smile.
Exactly.
This is like a genuine, I am.
The birthday turn up, man.
Yeah.
Listen. Congrats.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Hello.
Do right, Nelly.
That's it. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. So that's all I got on my topics. What about for you? Oh, doubling. So you proposed something and you said, what would someone say, like in your absence, right? Like about you and stuff like
post?
that. Yeah, the post. And it ties into the topic in the sense of, like, clearly, if people are genuinely vested in who you are and know you, then they would have nothing but good things to say to you. Hence the reason I always be like, when we be joking and stuff, and I'm like, ladies, like, show up, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, appropriately for me. But you got a huge, I mean, how many of them would you say was just like similar? Because it was a clear
a lot of them were
indication.
similar, and some of them, are very familiar, and some are just familiar, and some are just Facebook friends.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, I might have seen them at an event,
here or there,
and they follow me and so forth. So I think one of the realest ones. Shout out to Deetra. She was like, sometimes people confuse his confidence with conceit, and she said something else about he can be a tough cookie. Basically, I could be a tough cookie sometimes, but he handles his business,
right?
And he's good at that. And that's me.
Period. Okay. But it's just, I like the fact of the ones that was consistently saying, like, if somebody calls you solid, like, you're a solid person, and you lead with integrity, like, you know what I mean? Like, no one has to ever, none of us. You're a man of your word. Definitely. And what it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't ever have to question who you are as a person. That's huge. But not too many people could say that. Like, people will be like, this one, he's this, he's that. There's been a shift. You know what I'm saying? And perception of who interacts with you, who knows you, and how people see you. Because before it was like, nah, man is just trying to get in my pants. You know what I'm saying? To certain people who don't know no better, because they think that you wink at them and, oh my God, they want me. You taking me. He wants to take me down. No.
Nah, chill.
Just being friendly. Damn. You know what I'm saying?
I just gave you a compliment. You look nice today.
Yeah, move on. But
we're not doing that.
People really take that. And I say, and it comes full circle, because Nelly clearly knew what he lost. You know what I'm saying? Ashanti had always had that love for him, but was genuinely hurt behind his movements and stuff like that, and called a level of immaturity clearly at his point in time. But when you pose that question and you ask people, you do leave yourself vulnerable and open to whatever.
I mean, that's how you got to learn.
Yeah.
Because nobody's perfect.
Right.
I don't expect. I'm not batting 1,000.
Right.
I'm sure there's some people that felt some type of way based on our interaction. One thing I know for sure is never going to be malicious.
Right.
It's never going to be intentional. It's never going to be specifically on purpose to really start some mess. And I don't do that.
Right.
I try to give out grateful, positive energy on a regular basis, because the other way is, I don't like it. It's miserable.
Yeah, it is. And negativity and that negative energy, you could keep that right on over there. We ain't doing that. All right. What about for you, Maine? What's up? What's your topic? What you got?
Well, I want to talk about it, but I don't. Especially because it was one day was this, and the next day it was, all right, taken care of. But what I did find interesting is a lot of the opinions on it in regards to the Cassie and Diddy situation. There are a lot of posts that basically said she knew what she signed up for. And kind of in line with the whole cream and money thing, because of the fact that the way it's perceived is that she wanted to be famous, and being close to Diddy helped her do that. In my opinion, she's not the best singer.
No, definitely
she's a
not.
beautiful person. I like her better as an actress than I do a singer. That's in my opinion.
Yep.
She had a couple of hit joints with some features. But I feel like, based on a lot of the posts and alleged stories that were shared, she put herself in a position to do whatever, like what you said. I'm not selling my soul. However, on the flip side, if, young, impressionable, not knowing.
Yep.
And when you're dealing with somebody that has money, power, influence, and cachet as a Diddy, you can get caught up and be put in very awkward and vulnerable positions. Nobody's perfect.
At all.
And everybody has their demons that they deal with. Puffy's had a trail of controversy with him since Howard days. There were lives lost at an event that him and Heavy D, it's supposed to be a charity event. It's almost historical. I think they still have a landmark memorial for it. There was a basketball game and a gym. It was overcrowded. People trying to leave ended up becoming a stampede, and some people died.
Yeah.
Diddy had to pay that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you look at the Shine situation.
Yep.
Yeah. There was an interview that was being reposted. I believe it was Jaguar White, just talking about Uptown Records started with Andre Harrell, Heavy D, I'll Be Sure, and Diddy. And Andre Harrell died of a heart attack. Heavy D died of a heart attack. I'll Be Sure was about to die, but he miraculously recovered from his sickness. Only Puffy seems to be unscathed. And she was basically saying, like, all these people were about to come out with a tell-all book, and then suddenly,
I seen that. Yeah,
they're not here no more,
right?
Or they're put in a hospital bed. Trying to put two and two together. But I push back on that because, one, Jaguar Wright has been basically put in a position of a very bitter, has been, for lack of a better word, who got pushed out of the industry and she blames a lot of other people instead of her own actions and attitude. And just from watching her interviews, she has a lot of vitriol.
Okay.
So you can see how some stories might
Like,
collaborate. But I would say this, although Diddy may not seem to have been touched,
right.
a lot of close people around him have been touched. He lost Biggie. That was his moneymaker.
Right.
He lost Kim Porter. That's the mother of his twin daughters.
Yeah. And so.
Just a lot of different things around him that has happened. Tragically, he didn't know his father.
Yeah.
Well, apparently he didn't know his father, who was definitely an OG back in the day.
Yeah.
But I just think it's interesting how everybody had all these different thoughts and perspectives on the situation. Yeah. And especially, like, we're not involved.
Right. That was my part. I'm like, these rich people problems. I'm not privy to none of it. Don't know it. Don't care to know it. It is what it is. I'm not big on people victimizing a victim. Like, I survived and thrived through domestic violence myself. Right. So it's like nobody could tell you what that is if you did not live that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did you stay? Why you didn't go? Why, you could have did this. You could have did that. Yeah. But it's different levels to it. There's different levels than somebody physically beating the shit out of you. There's different levels. So emotional and mental is worse than somebody physically putting their hands on you all the time. So it's like you stay after what you were saying about being impressionable, being vulnerable, and all that type of stuff. Like, I was mad young when I got married. You know what I'm saying? I was not privy to the manipulative stuff that my ex-husband was doing, and, the isolation and moving me away from my family and all this type of stuff. And the control and the nobody else is going to do for you what I do, that whole setting that seed and planting that seed of, you can't do this without me type of thing. And if it wasn't for my foundation of coming from strong women and all that type of stuff, I would have absolutely, I still felt I stayed longer than I should have, but I was setting the tone for what I was already doing. Like, I was already mapping out my escape route. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
escape.
You clearly don't know who you married, all right? Like, and a person that someone this is a one of those quotes that circulate on social media, where it's like, when a man stops giving you attention and or be invested in you, but you're in a relationship, but they just kind of go cold on you and stuff like that, right? That they are teaching you how to survive without them. So it's just like, so you think that you're hurting me, but you're not. You're actually teaching me how I'm going to survive without you. And this is going to nothing but fuel the fire of what it is that I'm about to embark on, So having that happen the way that it happened, there would be no Her Temple. There would be no Brooklyn Shade. There would be no none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I thank him, because I'm like, well, damn, you created this. You didn't create it, but you assisted and did your part in what was necessary in order for me to embark on the journey that I currently am, So it's like, Cassie, she's a beautiful woman, and she already, knew what she wanted and she went for. But to state that, somebody, like how we said about the Bill Cosby thing, like, my God, why did y'all wait so long to come out and say something? There is just like, that's what throws people off, because it's like, my God, you done had a baby, you got married, you done had all this stuff.
Other people vulnerable.
Yeah, it's just like, we're what are we doing here? So that's the only piece of it that I would question. But we also know when people coming out with an album, we also know when people doing stuff, all this bad press is good press for them. So we're not stupid to that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel that no matter whether you're famous or not, people are always going to have an opinion when it's circling around money, and how money controls the world and who we are. People credit that with success. And And if somebody got it and they feel like somebody want it, they only doing this to get it because they need it right now and all this other type of stuff. So now here come all this extra shit, you know? So I feel like people are
I
just
have
doing some things.
heard women say things like, you know, as long as, you know, he taking care and I'm living the lifestyle I need to do, I don't care what he does.
Yeah, I heard that too. I heard
and
people really live that life.
Yeah, and they will really rock with whatever's going on, just for that simple access.
Right.
And, you know, I was going to say financial freedom, but it's not financial freedom if it's dependent on...
Somebody's controlling it. If somebody got that much control over you, like I said, when that situation happened with my ex-husband, I said I would never allow another man to have that much control over me where he controlled the finances and he used that as leverage. You know what I'm saying? He controlled the home. Like, okay, clearly this is your home, not really mine, but I didn't know it at the time. So it's just like you learn what you need to learn in order for you to grow. And that is the foundation for what made me have that tough skin or that wall up where I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. No, you ain't controlling none of my assets or whatever like that. So, and you know, you got to heal through that, you know, because it's like, that's trauma. So it's just like, all right, you can't think that if you want someone to come into your life that you're going to continue to wear the pants or have that type of upper control and stuff like that. It got to be on a mutual level plane where you're going to accept the fact that, all right, somebody's coming to be a helpmate, not a problem. You know what I mean? So good stuff though. Oh man, I like this one. I like it. I
got one more topic.
What we got?
So, a legendary MC came out with a new album this past weekend.
Andre 3000.
Exactly.
Yes, let's get it.
And there are no rap lyrics on this album. It is strictly
spiritual
and instrumental, primarily flute, a certain kind of flute. It's not no regular flute. That thing is huge.
Yep.
Pause.
Yep.
But I got a chance to listen to it, and it's actually it's a meditative, very peaceful, vibrational album
of
8 songs. And I ain't mad.
Yeah. It's amazing. Like, for somebody such as myself who's spiritual, I love it. I'm like, this should be the norm. You know what I'm saying? And it is
definitely help you get some peace, rest, sleep, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I bring that up to say, it is very interesting, especially when it comes to relationships. And you brought up spinning the block, how people hold one particular aspect or identity of you to heart, where you can't evolve or do something. It's just they basically cancel. It's not the real you because you're supposed to be doing XYZ. You an MC. What you doing playing a flute?
Right.
I want to.
Thank you. And I'm an artist.
And I'm doing a pretty good job at it.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm here for that. But when I saw the backlash, I'm like, okay. And clearly you guys will be sampling this at some point. Like, you know what I mean? That was just like my thought process. Like,
people,
come on.
People they're stuck in the box.
Yeah.
And Andre 3000 has never been one to be contained in a box.
Never.
He always wanted, and I saw an interview that I thought was very pointed, and he explained, he was like, you know, what am I going to rap about?
Right.
I'm not in a space to rap. You know, what am I rap about? My colonoscopy that I'm about to get?
Yeah. Yeah.
my you know, he's just like, I'm in a different space. I'm not doing things that are inspiring me to write rap lyrics.
Yeah. And that's it. It's like when you get to this level of peace, like I'm telling you, man, like I have not ever, in all this time of being upstate, I have not been at this level of peace, of power. Like it's a different shift in a vibe for me. Like before, it's like I cared, like on another level of like when we talk about like money, like that as a value. It's not a value system. As much as I work, that's not the goal. The end goal is to create generational wealth and for something to happen, and I don't have to speak about it. Like, people are like, oh, you don't really post, you don't really do this. I really don't, because it's nobody's business what I'm doing on the back end. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when I come out, if you see me, it's intentional because I'm there for whoever I'm supporting. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this level of peace, you cannot put a dollar amount on. And that is priceless, like real talk. So however he evolved and whatever he got going on, 150,000 we talking about, I'm here for it, because I was like, yo, that's somebody who seriously don't give a boop about what other people think. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I really honestly could care less, and I wish for every single person to get to evolve to this level of peace.
Now, listen, we are not experts.
We are not.
We are just two people who have been through some
shit.
But in those experiences, we have learned to grow and see things differently that we may have seen, in our previous years.
Yes.
And I think people need to be able to evolve, change, do some different things without being chastised for it.
Right.
I get it. Hip hop is a very specific genre, specific culture.
Yes.
It is boxed in, but for a reason, because for a long time we didn't want outsiders in it. We didn't want anybody outside of the culture to, be a part of it.
Right.
Because it was for us. It was protected for us. It meant something. But different strokes for different folks. And when you're in a position of growth, when you have monetary value and opportunity to do different things, you should do it.
Absolutely. That's good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, so what we got going on? I know you said Black Friday. Let's have that.
Yes, Black Friday. The day after Thanksgiving, we're at Albany Stadium Restaurant and Bar. Showbiz Live on the set. That's DJ Show, DJ Biz, and myself.
Looking forward to
it. Main
it.
Event Live.
We'll be there.
We're all black. Get your tickets and pay at the door. At least $25.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I might have some upstairs VIP tickets available.
Okay.
We definitely got a lot of bottles on deck. So that Moet, that Casamigo, that Henny, that Tito's.
Yes.
Some others.
Okay.
Come through, have a good time. It's gonna feel like a family reunion because everybody's in town.
Right. I'm loving it. Absolutely.
I seen a lot of people, posting on social media that are around. So hopefully they come outside and have a good time on Friday.
Okay.
It's a drama-free environment. We celebrating life.
There we go.
Come through. What else you got going on?
I'm actually working on an upcoming event for her Temple Monologues. We have not had a show in the inception of a lot of times, in a lot of years. We've been so focused on So You Think You Got Talent that's been our hub, that's been our baby. But we are actually doing a show in next year, clearly, but for Women's Her Story Month. And that show is going to be entitled Soul Ties. So
nice.
I'm looking forward to it. The venue has not been established yet.
Okay.
And it's only because I'm thinking about 2 different places. So until I see how many of us is actually participating, that's going to matter on the venue, that type of thing, because it's going to be staged appropriately. So, and then, collaborations, different projects, plays, finishing up those. But the main thing right now is shifting gears and just the focus of the monologues and stuff. Got a couple of celebrations coming up birthday wise for people that's happening sooner than later. And shout out to my job. I mean, I got a nice raise most recently, and that was
Nice.
like, oh, okay, we here for that.
They try to make you decide to only have one.
Yeah, that part, real talk. And I was like, oh, okay. And I mentioned it to somebody talking about cream, and they was like, and why you feel some kind of way? I said it wasn't. It was a beautiful blessing, yes, an unexpected blessing, and I can't look a gift horse in the mouth, but it was interesting because I'm like, this December I'll be there, my day job, 9 years. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, okay, that's something to celebrate. Definitely. It's on my niece's birthday. Shout out to her and my former exclusive dating partner, his birthday as well. And I was
A
like,
lot going on around that day, huh?
a lot, okay. But it's beautiful, and that, so yeah, those are the things that's happening. Clearly, merch, we still got cups and stuff. I'm doing more spiritual work, main. So if people are into wanting to touch bases with me about some spirituality things, please hit me up, preferably via inbox first, so I know that you're serious, and then we'll go from there. But I'm on a whole nother wave with this part of my life, this chapter called
Brooklyn
peace.
Shay gonna have a gentleman in there. Yeah, I'm trying to get a little more spiritual, get more in touch with you. I mean, my soul and my spirit. You know, rub some manifestation oil. I mean myself, and see if I can manifest us to
They
get
gonna
like.
be trying to do poetry.
They gonna be trying to do a lot. They gonna be like,
say, come down to the Zen. Come down to
bring
the Zen.
her temple down to his temple, and we will collaborate in ways.
Right. We gonna see. We gonna see. But good stuff. And I got something for you too. I have a gift for you. So
She always giving stuff. Yo.
Yeah, good stuff.
Brooklyn Shay.
Yeah. All right. What else?
That's
it. That's about it. All right. We roses because we had an event. What's over there? Nothing. Okay. Cool.
It's okay.
No problem. Woo. Okay.
This concludes the 42nd episode of Dear Love and Lust podcast. Make sure you follow us on maineventlive.com /Dear Love and Lust and our Facebook page. And well, I'm gonna make sure because I got some time this weekend. Right. We're gonna start actually putting it up on YouTube. And you can also order some Dear Love and Lust t-shirts or hoodies off of the Main Event Live website /shop. Follow Brooklyn Shay on all social media. Her Temple, as she mentioned, they will be doing a show soon, and all our upcoming ventures. And of course, you can follow me at maineventlive.com @maineventlive on everything. And if you have any love, sex, and relationship questions, email us up at dearloveandlust@gmail.com, and we'll respond to them in the next episode.
Absolutely.
And with that, we say
peace.